and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on.
Brooklyn, baby, but Queens get the money. Queens get the money. New York, no Diddy. No Diddy, no Diddy.
Now, Diddy called these his freak-out parties. In attendance were celebrities, politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate talking about doing Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and
It's clear that 50 Cent's feud with Diddy has gone beyond casual jabs. It's turned into a full-blown obsession. Love him or hate him, you have to give 50 credit for his relentless dedication, even if some believe he's taking things too far. He has made it his mission to call out Diddy at every turn, and now, it appears he has raised the stakes even further. Allegedly, 50 Cent has obtained scandalous footage from Diddy's security cameras, a revelation that could add even more fuel to their ongoing rivalry. According to court documents filed by Rodney, this latest development suggests that 50 is willing to go to extreme lengths to expose Diddy, further proving that his grudge is far from over. Lil Rod Jones, a former employee of Diddy, has made explosive claims that the music mogul had been secretly recording guests at his properties in Los Angeles and Star Island. And we're not just talking about casual party footage. According to Jones, these cameras allegedly captured highly compromising moments involving celebrities, athletes, politicians, and other high-profile figures. In his lawsuit, Jones alleges that these parties weren't just exclusive gatherings but were backed by major players in the recording industry, granting them access to sex, underage girls, and other illicit activities. The civil complaint asserts that this was all part of a much larger, deeply troubling operation, one that could have serious implications for some of the most powerful figures in entertainment and beyond.
I don't think it's only celebrities going to be shook. He had politicians in there. He had princes in there.
According to the allegations, Mr. Combs had hidden cameras installed in every room of his home, recording several high-profile celebrities, artists, music label executives, and athletes engaging in illegal activities. Jones claims that Diddy possesses compromising footage of every person who has attended his notorious freak-off and house parties. The producer further alleges that these tapes include salacious and potentially damaging footage of Hollywood's biggest stars, suggesting that Diddy has built a collection of incriminating evidence on some of the most influential figures in entertainment. The lawsuit claims that the parties were more than just lavish gatherings, they were a business model, offering up-and-coming artists a chance to climb the career ladder by giving them access to powerful music executives. According to Jones, these events weren't just about music, but also involved record CEOs and politicians engaging in illegal and immoral behavior, including cavorting with minors. Jones further asserts that, beyond sponsoring these parties, music executives would routinely hand large sums of cash to Diddy, strengthening his hold on the industry. Even Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, has allegedly spilled the beans, suggesting that it wasn't just celebrities involved. According to Deal, politicians, preachers, and various other high-profile figures could also be on Diddy's alleged blackmail list, with compromising footage potentially giving him leverage over them all.
I was like, man, okay, for them, that's what I was. That's all right?
Then there's a bizarre video that's been circulating, featuring a man who allegedly fired shots at one of Donald Trump's Florida properties some time ago. In interviews with law enforcement, this man made some shocking claims, including that he was a sex slave for none other than Sean Diddy Combs. With federal investigators now raiding Diddy's homes and the possibility of an arrest or indictment looming over him for his alleged involvement in a sex trafficking operation, those once dismissed accusations are starting to look less far-fetched. As more details surface and the investigation continues, the story surrounding Diddy's alleged criminal activities seems to grow more complex and disturbing.
Diddy, whatever you call himself,
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boulay. The Boulay is a branch of the Illuminati, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous in that one.
The man went even further, suggesting that Diddy's success is linked to a secretive society known as the Boulay, which allegedly has connections to the Illuminati. According to him, this hidden network is the reason Diddy is constantly in the spotlight and seems to secure every major deal that comes his way. He claims that Diddy's rise to power is no coincidence, but rather the result of being part of a covert group with vast influence and control over the entertainment industry, and possibly beyond. While these claims are outlandish to some, They add another layer of intrigue to the growing conspiracy surrounding Diddy's career.
I had with Cassie and Sean, basically talking about doing Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and
You can bet there's a lot of scrambling happening in Hollywood right now. Word is, the feds have already gotten their hands on those incriminating videos, meaning it's only a matter of time before more names start surfacing. We've already seen a few sneak peeks with the names that have leaked since Cass's lawsuit came to light. One of the first to be named was Aaron Hall, an R&B singer from the group Guy, who was listed as a defendant in a complaint filed against Diddy last November in the New York Supreme Court. This lawsuit was filed just ahead of the expiration date for New York's Adult Survivors Act, which allowed individuals to bring claims of sexual abuse that had previously been barred by the statute of limitations. With the legal pressure mounting, it seems like more names could be on the way, intensifying the scrutiny around Diddy and his inner circle. Lisa Gardner has filed a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs and Aaron Hall, alleging sexual assault. Taking advantage of a one-year window allowing such cases outside the usual statute of limitations, Gardner claims that in 1990, after an MCA Records music industry event, Combs and Hall assaulted her and a friend at Hall's apartment. 16 years old at the time, Gardner alleges Combs coerced her into sexual activity, after which Hall entered the room, restrained her, and also forced her to have sex. The lawsuit further alleges that Combs later came to Gardner's residence and choked her unconscious, reportedly out of fear his girlfriend would learn of the prior incident. A YouTube video is referenced in the complaint. The complaint also references an interview in which Aaron Hall, known for his role in the group Guy, claims that Diddy, then known as Puffy, had witnessed him engage in sexual acts. Hall, however, could not be reached for comment, and as of April 8th, his lawyer had not been identified in the court documents. Additionally, music producer Harve Pierre has been named as a defendant in 2 lawsuits filed against Combs just before the expiration of the Adult Survivors Act. Both lawsuits were filed anonymously, one in the New York Supreme Court and the other in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. In both cases, the plaintiff is listed as Jane Doe. Pierre, who was Combs' first employee at Bad Boy Records and served as the former president of the label, is now facing serious allegations as part of the expanding legal scrutiny surrounding Combs and his associates. 2 lawsuits have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs, also known as Puff Daddy, and his associate, Rodney Lil Rod Jones. The first suit, filed in November 2023 by a former Bad Boy Entertainment employee who worked as Jones' assistant, accuses Jones of sexual assault and exploitation, claiming he abused his position of power. The suit also alleges that Combs and his companies enabled this abuse. A second lawsuit, filed in December 2023, alleges that in 2003, when the plaintiff was 17, Combs, Jones, and an unnamed third defendant engaged in gang sexual assault and sex trafficking against her. This plaintiff specifically alleges that Jones smoked marijuana and then forced her to perform oral sex before transporting her from Detroit to New York City on a private jet. Further details regarding the alleged events in New York are not included in this excerpt. The complaint further alleges that the abuse took place at a studio owned by Diddy, with the defendants providing the plaintiff with drugs before assaulting her. Pierre's lawyer did not respond to a request for comment from Business Insider. However, Pierre has vehemently denied the accusations in the second complaint, calling them a tale of fiction. He added, "I have never participated in, witnessed, nor heard of anything like this ever. These disgusting allegations are false and a desperate attempt for financial gain," according to a statement obtained by TMZ. Next in the unfolding drama is Cuba Gooding Jr. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Jones, who has been vocal in his accusations against Diddy, believes that Combs was involved in shady dealings to pass him off to others. Specifically, Jones claims that Diddy introduced him to Cuba Gooding Jr. on his swanky yacht. However, things allegedly took a sharp turn into uncomfortable territory, with events quickly spiraling out of control, though the details remain murky at this stage. This new layer adds to the increasingly disturbing narrative surrounding Diddy and his associates. According to Jones, Cuba Gooding Jr. allegedly made unwanted advances on him, crossing the line until Jones was forced to push him away. Jones even provided a photo of Cuba hugging him, which he claims is evidence of the inappropriate interaction. The lawsuit goes on to accuse Diddy of having control over Cuba's actions, stating that Combs failed to intervene and stop Gooding from allegedly assaulting Jones. This case marks a new chapter for Cuba Gooding Jr., who has faced accusations of inappropriate behavior before. In 2019, several women came forward with troubling claims about his conduct, but this is the first time he's facing accusations from another man. Back in June 2019, things became seriously messy for Gooding, as he found himself at the center of a highly publicized legal battle over sexual misconduct charges. The new allegations only add to the mounting controversy surrounding him. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s legal troubles began in 2019 when he was accused of inappropriate behavior at a Times Square bar, where he allegedly got a bit too handsy with a woman. But that was just the start of the legal roller coaster. Another charge followed, and Gooding found himself facing serious consequences. However, he managed to avoid jail time by striking a plea deal. Fast forward to today, and thanks to the Adult Survivors Act, the same law that allowed Cassie to sue Diddy last November, 2 alleged victims of Cuba have come forward with a new lawsuit. This one, dating back to 2018, was uncovered by The Times. The lawsuit alleges that while the plaintiff was working as a cocktail waitress at Lavo, a restaurant and nightclub in New York, Gooding forced her into a sexual act. This fresh legal challenge marks another chapter in Gooding's ongoing struggles with allegations of sexual misconduct, further complicating his already tarnished reputation. In the lawsuit, it's claimed that Cuba Gooding Jr. forced his tongue into the plaintiff's mouth without her consent, an act that led to him pleading guilty to a criminal forcible touching charge in relation to the incident. The recently filed lawsuit includes excerpts from Gooding's testimony during the 2019 case, where he admitted to kissing the waitress on her lips and confirmed that he did so without her permission. In another 2019 filing, Kelsey Harbert shared her account, revealing that she approached Gooding at the Magic Hour rooftop bar and lounge with hopes of meeting the actor. However, things quickly took a dark turn when she ended up sitting next to his girlfriend. Harbert alleged that Gooding, without any regard for personal boundaries, reached over and began groping her inappropriately. She described feeling shocked and violated as she suddenly felt his hand on her chest, reducing her to nothing more than an object for his amusement. Harbert wasted no time in speaking out, highlighting the uncomfortable and predatory behavior she experienced that night. Harbert filed a police report within a week of the incident, and once again, Cuba Gooding Jr. ended up pleading guilty. A video from the night appeared to show him placing his hand on her thigh, and moments later, his hand seemed to move up toward her. Gooding is then seen pulling her hands to his lips. Fast forward to the civil lawsuit, where Gooding, during his hearing, confirmed that the contact was indeed non-consensual. Both women involved in the lawsuits are seeking significant damages for assault and battery, lost wages, and the emotional, mental, and physical toll the incidents have had on them. They are also looking to cover their attorney fees. Meanwhile, Gooding's camp has been largely silent on the matter, offering no immediate response to media inquiries. Gloria Allred, who is representing the 2 plaintiffs, has made it clear that her clients are not backing down. In a statement, she emphasized that they are determined to seek the justice they deserve and won't let these serious allegations go unaddressed. The case continues to unfold, with both Gooding and his accusers preparing for the legal battles ahead. It seems that the drama continues to swirl around Diddy and his associates. According to Jones, Young Miami, also known as Kia Romeo Brownlee, was allegedly involved in transporting a substance called 2E across state lines for Diddy. 2E is described as a pink concoction mixing ecstasy with codeine. And Jones claims that Young Miami was part of a group of women who were reportedly paid a monthly fee to act as Diddy's sex workers. As if that wasn't enough, Jones drops another bombshell, alleging that Young Miami's cousin, referred to as Jane Doe 1, sexually assaulted him back in 2022. He claims that on Thanksgiving Day, Jane Doe 1 burst into the bathroom and began groping him. The accusations don't stop there, as Young Miami herself has also been caught up in legal matters. Recently, she was served with court papers while partying at a nightclub in relation to Diddy's ongoing trademark infringement lawsuit. A person, claiming to have served the papers, shared the details of the incident, adding another layer of intrigue and chaos to this ongoing saga. With each new revelation, the drama around Diddy, his associates, and the legal battles they are facing seems to be reaching new heights. The drama involving Young Miami, aka Kia Romeo Brownlee, has escalated even further. The papers were served to the City Girls rapper while she was in Houston, and the person serving them even recorded the moment, adding another layer to the already complicated situation. At the heart of the legal mess is Charlie C., who is suing Diddy over the use of the phrase "act bad" in his song title and merchandise. C claims that Diddy ignored his trademark and breached a contract, and is seeking a hefty $10 million in damages. According to C, he filed for the trademark in 2021, which is live and registered. He alleges that despite reaching out multiple times to Diddy's team about the infringement, his concerns were brushed off. What's more, C claims there was some shady dealings going on, as he was incarcerated at the time for a related offense but has since been released. The situation becomes even messier considering Young Miami and her City Girls partner, JT, both featured on Diddy's Act Bad, and now Young Miami has been pulled into the legal battle. Understandably, she wasn't too happy about being served the court papers in public, and she made sure everyone knew it. The situation continues to unfold, adding more drama to the growing list of legal battles surrounding Diddy and his associates. Young Miami, clearly frustrated with the ongoing drama, took to Twitter to vent her frustrations. She went on a rant, saying, "I'm so tired of the internet and people effing with me every day trying to serve me some paper over merch that I'm not selling is lame, like everybody want to go viral so bad, let's go viral, I'm tired, like take your TF on," before doubling down on her point. She later responded to a doubter, saying, "Shut the F up, that's your problem, you'll always think somebody got a lie, goofy." The whole situation, at least from her perspective, feels like a manufactured mess over merchandise she doesn't even sell. Meanwhile, Daphne Joy, the ex of 50 Cent and the mother of his child, got dragged into the web of drama too. In Lil Rod Jones' lawsuit against Diddy, Daphne was named as one of Diddy's alleged sex workers. But Daphne wasn't having any of it. She quickly took to Instagram to shut down the rumors, calling the lawsuit a pack of lies. In a no-nonsense statement, she made it clear she wasn't taking this lightly. She firmly denied the accusations and declared she would fight back. She vowed to retain an attorney and take legal action against both Lil Rod Jones and his attorney, adding, "I am deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones' lawsuit. The claim that I am a sex worker is 100% false and character assassination." Daphne's strong words and readiness to go after those responsible show she's not backing down anytime soon, and the legal and public battles around these figures are far from over. Of course, 50 Cent couldn't resist jumping in, adding more fuel to the fire. He took to Twitter and posted a picture of Daphne and Diddy, throwing some serious shade her way. In his tweet, he wrote, "You moved a mile away in hopes of having another baby with me, but I was busy, so you moved back and then you started receiving money from Brother Love. Now here we are, little sex worker." His comment only added to the tension, making it clear that the animosity between him and Daphne was still very much alive. But Daphne wasn't about to let that slide. She came back swinging on Instagram, responding directly to 50 Cent with a bold statement. She fired back, "Curtis James Jackson, everything is a joke to you until our safety is compromised, which is happening now. You're wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos into other people's lives. How would you feel if Saya?" Likely referring to her son. It's clear Daphne wasn't backing down from the verbal battle, and she made it clear that the personal attacks were no laughing matter. The tension between these figures only seems to be escalating, with 50 Cent stoking the flames and Daphne standing firm in her defense. It's turning into a messy spectacle that shows no signs of calming down anytime soon. Daphne didn't hold back, continuing her emotional statement on Instagram, where she called out 50 Cent for his lack of involvement in their son's life. She said, "You were the one in handcuffs for nothing. We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years that we lived 1 mile away from you." She expressed her frustration with trying to protect and uphold an image of 50 Cent as a father when, in her view, he had done little to actually fulfill that role. Then, things took a more serious turn when she shifted focus onto the abuse claims. She said, "Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of our wording and physically A-ing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on." Daphne made it clear that the emotional and physical toll had taken a permanent effect on her and their family. She said, "You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family. With these last and final false claims made against me, you have broken our hearts for the last and final time." Despite her heartfelt words, it seems that many people, including 50 Cent, were dismissive of her statements. The backlash and public attention had shifted away from the deeper, more personal aspects of her message. Instead, it seems like people were more focused on the drama and the spectacle, ignoring the emotional weight of her words. Daphne's pain and frustration seem to have been lost in the public chaos, which can feel incredibly disheartening when trying to make your voice heard in the midst of all the noise. People have been quick to drag Daphne on social media, questioning her side of the story and raising doubts about her allegations. One user responded, "So she was fighting for her child to be with his father, but then claims he R-worded her? What human would fight to have their child around AR?" Another commenter added, "He R-worded you, but you moved you and your son to live 1 mile away from him? Yeah, whatever." The skepticism was palpable, with many doubting the timing and credibility of Daphne's claims. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is standing firm, refusing to back down from the public dispute. His representative issued a statement denying the accusations, calling Daphne's allegations false and baseless. The rep further suggested that this was merely a reaction to 50 Cent seeking sole custody of their son, Sire. They made it clear that Sire's safety and well-being are their top priority and that they are not backing off in their fight to protect him. The statement highlighted the disturbing allegations and the sworn pleadings that were recently filed in the court case related to Daphne Joy, with the implication that her legal actions were driven by personal motives rather than a genuine concern for the truth. It's clear that the custody battle, combined with the allegations, is only escalating tensions between the parties involved. The public and legal fallout from this situation seems far from over, with both sides locked in a high-stakes, emotional struggle. 50 Cent's camp didn't hold back in their defense, with a statement that emphasized the importance of protecting his son, Sire. They said, "The most recent false and baseless accusations by Daphne Joy are clearly in response to my decision to seek sole custody of my son. My son, Sire, is my main priority, and keeping him in a safe environment is my only focus at this time." The message was clear. 50 Cent was standing firm in his commitment to securing Sire's well-being, and everything else was secondary. This legal battle over custody, however, only seemed to fuel the ongoing drama. In the midst of the tension, there's also a new player in the legal mix, Justin Dior Combs, Diddy's 30-year-old son. Justin has been named as a defendant in the amended complaint filed by Jones in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. This new development has raised more eyebrows, especially with the wide-ranging list of allegations against him. Jones accuses Justin of being involved in the same kind of misconduct that has been surrounding Diddy and other figures in the case, adding another layer of complexity to the already chaotic legal proceedings. It's becoming a tangled web of accusations, counterclaims, and family drama, with no sign of a resolution anytime soon. Each new development seems to drag more people into the controversy, making it even harder to predict how this will all play out. The allegations against Justin Dior Combs have added another explosive twist to this already dramatic case. According to Jones, Justin is accused of soliciting sex workers and underage girls, as well as being involved in freak-offs. Additionally, Jones alleges that both Justin and his father, Diddy, were the only people present in the room when a friend of Jones's, named G, was shot at a recording studio, implying that one of the Combs might have been involved in the incident. Furthermore, Justin was reportedly at Diddy's Los Angeles home when the feds raided it, and he was seen handcuffed on the lawn, although he was not arrested. Justin Combs and his legal team have strongly denied these serious accusations. They've issued a statement flatly rejecting the allegations, calling them absurd and labeling them as a desperate attempt for a quick cash grab. In their response, they firmly declared that the accusations were nothing but lies and promised legal consequences for any defamatory claims made against Justin. The statement stressed that the situation is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday. This back and forth between Jones and the Combs family has only intensified the drama surrounding the case. As the legal battle heats up, it's clear that both sides are prepared to fight vigorously, with the Combs family particularly intent on defending their names and reputations from what they see as false and damaging claims. Statements made about the Combs family in Lil Rod's lawsuit. He also exposed Meek Mill and Usher as one of the people that often came to these freak-offs. Rodney didn't explicitly mention Meek Mill and Usher's names in the lawsuit like he did with everybody else, but he gave some descriptions that had very spell. Lil Rod's lawsuit has taken another controversial turn, with some shocking revelations about other high-profile figures in the entertainment industry. While he didn't directly name Meek Mill and Usher in the lawsuit, he provided descriptions that made it crystal clear who he was referring to. According to the lawsuit, both Meek Mill and Usher were frequent visitors to the so-called freak-offs hosted by Diddy. For Meek Mill, Lil Rod described him as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, which left little doubt as to who he was talking about. Usher was similarly described as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency, again pointing directly to the Grammy-winning artist. Though their names weren't explicitly mentioned in the legal documents, these detailed descriptions have drawn attention and raised eyebrows, suggesting that these two major stars might have been involved in the same controversial parties linked to Diddy's alleged activities. Both Meek Mill and Usher's involvement, even if not legally confirmed, could further complicate the already murky legal landscape surrounding Diddy's camp. The claims made in Lil Rod's lawsuit have certainly stirred the pot, leading to more speculation about the extent of involvement from these celebrities. Specific details that pretty much made everybody know who he was talking about, like he described Meek as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and described Usher as a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency.
Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with rapper. 5, that's redacted. Look, 5, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Right? And then the next person, R&B singer. 6, redacted. Look, he performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. Usher.
Rodney's lawsuit continues to make waves, with some even more explicit details about what went down during these freak-offs. According to his claims, he witnessed Usher and Diddy hooking up with several women during these parties, which were allegedly arranged by Young Miami and Justin Combs. One specific incident that Rodney recalls took place on Diddy's yacht, where he claims he saw both Meek Mill and Usher involved in the same kind of activities, with Usher and Diddy reportedly making out with women that had been brought to them by Young Miami and Justin. Rodney's version of events paints a pretty wild picture of the kind of partying that was allegedly taking place at these gatherings, with high-profile names seemingly involved in all kinds of debauchery. Given the high stakes and the names at play, these revelations are causing a lot of people to raise their eyebrows, especially since the lawsuit has already implicated several other figures in the entertainment world. The lawsuit, whether true or not, has certainly put a spotlight on some of the darker, more controversial aspects of the celebrity scene, especially those linked to Diddy's social circle. Of course, Usher, Meek Mill, and others have yet to comment on these serious accusations, and their involvement, or lack thereof, will likely come under intense scrutiny in the coming weeks as the case continues to unfold. Meek Mill definitely wasn't holding back when this whole mess hit the fan. In an effort to clear his name and refute the allegations, he went on a Twitter rampage, firing off tweets in rapid succession, trying to distance himself from the accusations. He made it clear that he wasn't involved in the kind of activities being described, even going as far as saying he doesn't mess with drugs like coke or molly and that no one would even offer him any because of his reputation in Philly. He also made sure to emphasize that no man would ever approach him in such a manner. Despite his effort to defend himself, many people on Twitter weren't buying it. Some even accused him of trying too hard to defend his image, especially given the specific details in Rodney's lawsuit that seemed to point directly to him and Usher. But what really set things off was his heated back and forth with DJ Academics, who was just reporting on the situation. Meek apparently took issue with Academics' coverage, and the two got into a full-blown Twitter feud. It seemed like Meek was channeling all his energy into attacking Academics. Even though the DJ wasn't the one making the allegations, he was just relaying the news. The whole thing turned into a spectacle, with people online debating whether Meek was genuinely trying to clear his name or if his over-the-top reaction was making things worse. In the end, it looks like the drama surrounding the lawsuit and the names it implicated isn't going away anytime soon. The back and forth on social media has just added more fuel to the fire. It seems like things took a very dark turn when Diddy's former bodyguard released a bombshell audio clip that allegedly features both Meek Mill and Diddy. The shockwaves from this revelation hit hard, with people quickly realizing that the voices on the recording sounded eerily similar to Meek and Diddy. The content of the audio was extremely disturbing, with Meek reportedly heard screaming in distress, making it a very unsettling listen for anyone who came across it. The clip stirred up intense reactions across social media and news outlets, with many people shocked by the explicit nature of the recording and the disturbing situation that appeared to unfold within it. It added another layer of tension to an already volatile situation, especially considering the severity of the accusations and the potential consequences of what was being revealed. Fans and critics alike began speculating about the authenticity of the recording, but the impact it had was undeniable, especially after Meek had already been under fire for his heated social media posts and his attempt to distance himself from the allegations. Given the emotional toll the situation was clearly taking on Meek, with his mental state appearing to deteriorate, many were left wondering how far things would go before a resolution was reached. The story continued to spiral, with new details and accusations surfacing at an alarming rate, leaving everyone on edge about what might come next. The ex-bodyguard's narrative is nothing short of shocking, as he claimed that he recorded the audio during one of Diddy's infamous freak-offs, a gathering reportedly filled with illicit activity. According to his account, he was standing by the door when he overheard what he described as a deeply disturbing situation involving Meek Mill and Diddy. The bodyguard said he was appalled to witness Meek allowing Diddy to engage in such behavior, describing it as a shocking and troubling moment that compelled him to document what was happening. In his explanation, the ex-bodyguard claimed that Diddy deliberately spiked the drinks at the party with drugs and alcohol, making the guests too intoxicated to realize what was taking place around them. However, the bodyguard himself did not partake in the drinks, which, according to him, allowed him to stay sober and witness the disturbing events firsthand. This revelation painted a chilling picture of the alleged events at the party, and the ex-bodyguard's decision to leak the recording added even more fuel to an already explosive situation. As the story continued to unfold, it cast an even darker shadow over Diddy, Meek, and the people involved in these allegations. People were left grappling with the extent of the claims, and the video added a new layer of tension and disbelief to the growing controversy.
Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink. Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against.
Yeah, that video definitely raised some eyebrows when it circulated. In it, you see Meek Mill in a pool looking visibly uncomfortable while Diddy hovers near him, making some rather inappropriate comments, like calling Meek daddy and talking about him putting in work. It struck a lot of people as unsettling, especially given the context of the ongoing allegations surrounding Diddy and his so-called freak-offs. Many online viewers couldn't help but connect the dots, speculating that the video might have been filmed immediately after whatever took place between Meek and Diddy behind closed doors. The awkward vibe in the video, combined with the comments Diddy made, left some questioning the nature of their relationship and whether there was more to the story than meets the eye. It definitely added another layer of intrigue to the situation, fueling even more speculation about what really went on at those parties and the alleged dynamics between Diddy, Meek, and others involved. It's tough to ignore how this kind of footage, along with the other allegations, contributes to a growing sense of unease around the whole situation.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
That whole situation with Meek following the adult content page on Twitter definitely added fuel to the fire. After people noticed, he quickly unfollowed the account, which only made people more curious about his behavior. The timing of that incident, combined with everything else that's been happening, gave some people the impression that there's more going on than his letting on. Whether it was a moment of curiosity, a slip-up, or something deeper, it definitely raised some eyebrows. Then, of course, there's the resurfacing of that old Meek Mill song. In it, the lyrics seem to allude to his Hollywood journey, but there's a section where he talks about getting involved with Diddy in ways that aren't exactly on the up and up. The line suggests that he might have done some things in exchange for fame and success, and there's an air of him seeking redemption or forgiveness for those choices. This has stirred up a lot of conversations, with many wondering if the song is a subtle confession or just creative lyricism. If these lyrics are connected to what's being alleged about Diddy's parties and the relationships between some of these celebrities, it would certainly add a layer of complexity to the whole story. All these elements, the Twitter follow, the song, and the ongoing allegations, are making it really hard to ignore the possibility that there's something more serious going on beneath the surface. It'll be interesting to see if any new details come to light, or if this will just keep circulating as part of the wider drama surrounding Diddy.
I hope they forgive me for what I did with Diddy. Dream chasers. I hope they forgive me for what I did.
In the amended complaint filed in the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York, Rodney Jones also brought Stevie J into the mix, though not directly naming him as a defendant. According to Jones, Stevie J, who has long been a collaborator with Diddy, played a significant role in the recruitment of sex workers for Diddy's infamous freak-offs. Jones claims that Diddy instructed Stevie J to teach him how to solicit these sex workers and showed him the methods for doing so. Additionally, Jones alleges that Stevie J became involved in a separate issue, this time sending him threatening messages after Jones publicly called out Diddy to be paid for his work on Diddy's The Love album. The accusations further paint a disturbing picture of the culture that Diddy allegedly fostered within his circle, involving not only the solicitation of sex workers but also intimidation tactics when someone dared to challenge the financial arrangements or bring public attention to the inner workings of Diddy's operations. While Stevie J isn't directly named as a defendant in the lawsuit, his involvement in these allegations, if true, could have serious implications for his reputation and career, as it ties him to the darker side of Diddy's alleged activities. The situation is evolving, and as more details emerge, Stevie J could be under increasing scrutiny. The drama surrounding Diddy, Jones, and the other parties involved continues to escalate. Jones' allegations, including the claim that Diddy used his connection to Stevie J as a form of pressure and intimidation, are shocking. The claim that Diddy showed Jones footage he supposedly had of Stevie J engaging in compromising situations with another man adds another layer of complexity to the situation. However, the adult film star's statement that the footage in question was of him and not Stevie J has thrown a wrench into those particular allegations, adding a twist that could muddy the waters. Stevie J's decision to have his lawyer step in shows that he isn't backing down and will likely fight these accusations vigorously. As more people come forward with their own stories and as this case develops, it's possible that more high-profile individuals could be implicated, which could have far-reaching consequences for everyone involved. And with 50 Cent in the mix, known for his no-holds-barred attitude, things are likely to get even more intense as the situation unfolds. It's clear that the situation has sparked a lot of conversation and division, with each new detail shedding light on different aspects of the culture that might have surrounded Diddy and his circle. The comments section on these topics is sure to be buzzing with opinions, with many people eager to weigh in on what's going on and what the eventual outcome might be. This is definitely a story that will continue to unfold for some time.